Hello once again, I'm Burry. Thank you for joining me. It's late day, January 8th in the evening. Markets are closed tomorrow for the death of Jimmy Carter. And so I wanted to give you a model update for the next swing dates. Essentially seeing a bottom in markets on January 14th, then a peak in markets on January 21st, and then a bottom in markets on January 24th. And then, as you might remember, a peak in markets around January 31st or February 3rd. Thank you for joining me on another episode on YouTube. I'm brschultzSP500. Let's jump to some graphs. If you sincerely enjoy my work and want to donate, feel free to use the PayPal link down below this video in the YouTube channel, or you can scan these QR codes. Thank you for joining me today. So today I'll be highlighting pretty much the gold wave, as you saw on the first slide, the thumbnail. Essentially trying to show you the importance of the gold wave. And you can see where the 1 and 2 are drawn, and you can see that trajectory and how it hits the center line on roughly January 14th. I've removed the 9th from the date set, so it's square on the 14th. So plus or minus 1 business day still gives you the, I think it's the CPI comes out on the 15th. So even early morning 15th could be the low, right? Because it's plus or minus 1 business day. So you could have a huge sell-off pre-market on the 15th when they release CPI, and then it could spike really strongly upwards. So, but that's where the model is projecting the low. Again, January 14th is the projected low, next swing date, and let's move to the high. Then after that, we have a 1, 2, 3 on the gold wave here, and that will give us a peak roughly on January 21st. So inauguration day +1 it looks like. So again it could be markets rocket into end of the 20th. They could rocket in the first 4 hours of the 21st, right? And then peak at lunchtime, right? Just before the new fresh 4 hour candle forms on SPX500 USD. For me, that happens at 1 o'clock. That's when it always breaks. So I assume it's the same for everyone else. I don't know. I'm not sure how TradingView flips all the times around on the different time settings, but for me it's 1 o'clock when the 4 hour candle makes a new candle on SPX500 USD. So that's, I mean, it could do something like that, right? Yeah, so it's the 21st plus or minus 1 business day would be the next swing trade peak. And let's look at the next swing trade low. So you may remember from the first graph, there was a second gold wave bottom. That's what we're using for point number 1 here, and then point number 2, the top in that gold wave. And again, this is like I call it a trick shot because it's so easy in terms of lining it up. It's really, right, there's only 2 points to line up here. It's not trying to form at some weird angle or anything. It's just simple bottom of that gold wave, top of the other one, and where it hits the top of the channel at 0, the 0 axis, right at January 24th. So again, it could be early morning 27th, could be late day 23rd, could be smack dab on the 24th, but it's plus or minus 1 business day for the bottom. So again, we'll see markets most likely go up. I better start over. So markets continue to go sideways to lower into their bottom into January 14th, plus or minus 1 business day. Then we see markets pop strongly from there and hit their peak roughly on January 21st, plus or minus 1 business day for the swing peak. And then we'll see markets sell off into the 24th, plus or minus 1 business day for the bottom. And then we'll see markets pop back up to hit their peak in around January 31st or February 3rd. So a lot to cover. It's a lot of fun making videos, right? Because I have to have a lot of working models and I have to have accurate models, right? You're not going to watch my material if I don't have accurate models. These models took about 12, 13, 14 years to finesse and fine tune. So yeah, that's the Outliers book, right? The 10,000 hours is like 10 years. So that and all the math classes too. So hopefully, the reason why I'm telling you this is hopefully you can tell that I put a lot of time into this, and it's not just me putting some kind of squiggle lines on a piece of paper or drawing and giving you dates. I want to earn respect, obviously. I want to earn credibility, and obviously earn you profits as the viewer. That's my goal. So thank you today for the individual that sent me a very kind donation. I appreciate it very much. So thank you for your kindness and your kind words. I'll continue to work very hard for you and the rest of the viewership. So please share my work with others. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to grow my following, right? And then obviously when I feel like there's a lot of chatter going on in the comment section below the YouTube videos, maybe open a Discord channel or create a Discord channel at some point in the future, maybe around 5,000, maybe 7,000, maybe 10,000 subscriptions on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know how fast or slow my YouTube channel will grow, but your word of mouth really means a lot to me. That's how I'm going to grow my channel. I think to the first 10,000 subscriptions is going to be word of mouth. So your respect and your critique and opinion of my work is very important to me. So I appreciate you, number one, for listening to my work, watching my work, I should say, listening to me talk about it, and hopefully you cannot find anyone else on YouTube that can repeatedly perform at this level of stock market timing. I hope that there's no one in the world that can compete with me. That's my goal. I don't mean to be haughty with that with anyone, but obviously if you're going to try to be the best at something, you want to be like Michael Jordan. You want to be unbeatable, near unbeatable, right? And you want to keep your errors small, and you want to really wow the crowd. So I obviously I esteem to be like Michael Jordan or Elvis Presley. I want to be an entertainer, so to speak, from this side of the microphone. In person, you will not find me as such. I'm more of an introvert, more of a data analyst. Obviously, it's easy for me to speak to a microphone than a large group of people. But do I want to wow the crowd with my work? Certainly. Do I try to create electricity through my blog on brschultz Gold Wave on my WordPress blog site? I certainly do. And so I try to keep a little hype in it, but obviously the results have to be there, right, in order for you to believe it, to see it, and see it play out. And I just try to add a little hype because I think it's fun. I really do enjoy what I do, and I really think of my model as extremely competitive, one of the best in the world at stock market timing. I just try to have fun with it. Maybe for some people it's a turnoff. That could be very much. But after anyone that's been a parent to many kids, or maybe a teacher or bus driver, someone that has to put up with a lot of 5-year-olds, a lot of 2-year-olds, a lot of 3-year-olds, and things are going crazy, sometimes you just need a laugh, right? So that's pretty much why I try to incorporate my dad humor and just have fun with it, because at the end of the day, if I make millions of dollars but I'm not happy and I'm not enjoying myself, then I'd rather not make $1 million. I'd rather just make normal wage, right? But if I'm enjoying myself and I'm making $1 million, then yeah, keep piling it on. But if I'm not happy with what I do, then I really don't want to do it because it's a waste of my time. So I really try to have fun with what I do. So hopefully the majority of my followers appreciate that and have fun with it. And those that don't, hopefully you just stick to the videos here and appreciate that. At some point, again, like I said, maybe I'll open a Discord channel or something if I get a ton of subscribers. So please pass my work along. Please share my videos. And please, click on the video and then click share and copy the link and share the link. It would mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. Hopefully you cannot believe what you're seeing. This is kind of how it went in 2022. The model started firing on all cylinders and the calls were astounding. And yeah, I mean, I could try to keep record for you of all the calls the model is making. So basically, I keep track of the models of the pivot calls that it calls, right? I have to grade it on the calls it makes. Someone might say, well, if you miss a pivot in between two pivots, how do you grade that? Well, I don't grade the model on something it's not picking out, so just the pivots. So that's where you have to be very careful in listening to my videos, that if the model doesn't call the pivot point and there's still a big pivot like there was on January 2nd, and I didn't call the bottom, and I didn't call the models didn't call the peak on December 24th or 26th, so they didn't call those. So the model didn't per se get it wrong, but it did not see those pivots. So I want you to be clear that I would grade the model on the pivots that it sees. So that's where your own trading experience and indicators comes in very importantly, that every now and then there's going to be spikes in markets, movements in the markets that the timing model is not going to see, or I'm not going to pick up. But I can't grade the model on every little movement that I didn't pick up with the model. To me, if it calls out something and it hits it, then it's accurate. I can't have Michael Jordan didn't shoot every shot for the team. There's different players on the team. They were taking different shots. He didn't get credit for their points too. So I mean, I understand people might argue with my thesis, but again, I'm only going to grade myself on the shots that the model takes. And so if I call it a date 5 times and it hits it, it gets it. If I call it out 5 times and it doesn't show up at all, then it doesn't get it. But with that said, I think the model has had a high rate of success so far since it started in late November. At late November, I think that was like 3 or 4 calls. I think it's had like 7 or 8 calls in total, maybe 6 or 7, and I think it's hit about every one of them. So I think it's batting near 100% right now. And so we have some calls right here in January before January wraps up, right? You can grade me on January 14th bottom. You can grade me on the January 21st peak. You can grade me on the January 24th bottom, plus or minus 1 business day for each one of those. So again, you have to watch your moving average, your momentum, whatever that you use to measure where to get in, get out. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be choppy, right? With these pivots everywhere, it kind of gives the sense of choppiness. And honestly, if we don't have a huge sell-off at some point, I can't go. I can't move in tons of my 401k or something that is sitting on the sidelines. Everyone's different. You speak with a financial professional. I'm not a licensed financial professional in any way, shape, or form, and don't intend to give any type of inference that anyone should follow my lead. But obviously, I would want the markets to sell off until, let's say, 5,500, 5,450, before I would consider dumping a big portion of my 401k, because I think we've got a long road into the market bottom in around March 21st. I think that'll be a big bottom in the markets. So I would hope that at some point we really bottom out on the markets, and then I can put my 401k back to work. For me personally, again, speak with your own financial professional before doing anything. Please don't use my work as any type of financial advice. Rather just as my own trading behavior and my own personal opinions that are not intended in any way, shape, or form to sound like a professional advice. So I'm not licensed, again, in any financial matters. I'm just some guy that really enjoys Excel and has spent over probably 10,000 hours. So, and that's why I encourage people to donate. If you really enjoy my work, if you think it's unbeatable, consider how much your local sports team would pay for a ticket or whatever, and or go to see your favorite sports team, a ticket for your favorite sports team, and maybe consider donating something like that. I don't know. I hope that it puts on such a show that it's highly addictive, and people see that there is so much value here that they really enjoy the videos, they enjoy the material, and that they're happy to give, because those are the people I want. That's the culture I want to create is that I'm creating such a huge value for my clients, for my clients being everything's free online, but my clients, so to speak, my following, that everything's free and given to the followers, and they're seeing such a huge value in it that they want to donate because they just enjoy it so much, right? It's not a cost to them because hopefully it's making them money. That's my prayer, that the Lord would kindly help me to draw the right crowd, number one, and then that crowd would be the individuals be able to make a good profit repeatedly and consistently off my work, or very near to break even on the trades, using their own indicators and a little bit of my timing in their pocket. So thank you so much for watching. I'm B.R. Schultz. Until next time, January 14th bottom, January 21st peak, January 24th bottom, January 31st / February 3rd peak in markets is the forecast. Take care. And again, this model was also picking right around the March 21st, 24th bottom for markets for the major low with a zigzag, a 1, 2, 3 touch point, B.R. Schultz SP500, systematic way of timing markets with a zigzag. And then this is the macro peak for December of 2027. So in a nutshell, in under 10 minutes, maybe near 5 actually, you've got the complete rundown from the macro to the micro to the micro to the macro. All right, race fans, I'll catch you later. Bye. So hopefully you've enjoyed my show today. Warning, this is all forecast use only. Come here. You want to read this for me? What does that say? Forecast?
Forecast.
Use?
Use only.
Only. Right. And what's this say?
Warning.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I am not
A licensed investment professional. That's Latin. So say caveat emptor. Seek professional advice prior to investing. Bears risk
of
financial
loss.
Very good. And so basically this is saying if you ever try to invest in stocks or anything else, you could lose money. Warning, warning, warning. And all my graphs are subject to change. And not all the results are not always the same. Yeah. Thank you for reading for me.
You're welcome.
And that's it for today. I'm B.R. Schultz. Until next time, take care.